I'm here to talk about the Profisher Tiger kayak made by Dragon. Now I'm just going to go over some of the features as well as give you a couple of tips with the kayak itself. Now up the front here we have a storage hatch. Now in this storage hatch there's a dry bag. Now this is good for putting, say, phones or things that you don't want to get wet. On the other side of it, this makes a really good esky, so you can put some ice in there, a couple of drinks if you plan on spending the whole day out on the water. Now, the next section that I'd like to bring up is the rod holder that's mounted in the middle here. Now, the advantage of this over some of the other ones that are out there on the market is that if you've got your fishing rod in the actual holder and you do hook fish, you've got to bring the rod out from the front here. Now, if you're sitting all the way back here, this is going to make things really, really awkward. So, what the mounting system that is in here is designed so that when you catch a fish, you can bring the rod back to yourself, and then you can pull the rod out. Now this makes things a lot easier when you're trying to target your bigger fish. So, that's that section. Now, next up we have a drink holder, which is located right in the middle over here. Next up we have another storage hatch. Now, in this storage hatch, you'll notice that there is a container which has dividers in it. Now this would be good if you wanted to have a first aid kit in there. You could also put some pliers for when you've caught a fish to make things like a little bit easier. Your favourite squid jigs. You could also, it's endless with what you could mount in here. It's nice and easy to access as well. Now the next thing that I'd like to bring up is that this kayak comes with scupper plugs. So if you don't want to get wet, you can then pull the scupper plugs out and it'll help with the drainage of the kayak as well when you're out in the ocean or things like that. Now, another feature of this kayak is that it does have 6 rod holder mounting points. You have 2 up the front, 2 up the back, and you also have 2 in the seats. This is awesome because it gives you plenty of opportunities, and later on down the track with the rear ones I'm going to be mounting a electric motor. So that's those features. On top of that, it does come standard obviously with the seat, and it comes with a paddle as well. Now the advantage of this paddle is that you can mount the paddle so that it is perfectly straight. Also it's offset on an angle as well. Now depending on where you're actually going to be using this, that could work better in your favour. Plus it makes it easy for transporting because it also comes apart. Now another feature that this paddle has is that it has water deflectors. Now if you're out in the water on the kayak and you bring your paddle up, you're going to have all the water that comes out of the water running back here. What they're designed to do is deflect that so you don't get as much water on yourself. On top of that, it does have mountings for the paddle itself, which are nice and easy. Now, in the back section of the kayak, you also have a storage compartment. Now, the advantage of this is it has bungee cord on the back, so you could mount, say, an esky on the back. You could also mount your backpack. You could have a tackle box in there, a live well, or whatever that path that you decide that you want to go down. Now, to make things easier for transporting as well, they're going to put handles on both sides, so that you can lift the kayak up yourself. Not only that, they've also got, so if you've got somebody else with you, there's also straps on the back that you can use as well. This kayak can also have a rudder kit attached to it. It does come with everything set up. All you need to do is purchase the rudder kit and you're good to go. Another thing that I'd like to bring up about this kayak as well is it is made out of a UV rated polyethylene. Now, in English what that means is that it is not a cheap kayak. This is designed to be out in the sun. Whereas some of your cheap, inferior kayaks that are out there are not UV stabilized, so that'll break down the plastic a lot quicker, which can also be dangerous. Now, also on top of that, one of the products that I actually use in my Dragon kayak is the Aerospace 303. Now, how this works is it's almost like a sunscreen for your kayak as well, so it adds an extra barrier in there. It is UV stable, so you don't necessarily need to use it, but if you're going squidding or anything like that and you have ink spray on here, I've found personally that what it does is it helps deflect that actual ink from landing on here and staining your kayak because it acts as like a protective film. My name's Cameron Hunter, thank you very much.